Hey guys, welcome back to Pretentious Pundits, a channel where we discuss all things football and pretend to know what we're talking about. Here's a relatively new format for you.
Yes.
For those of you who've been around since the origin of Pretentious Pundits, you probably know a little bit about this format, where we talk about the transfer roundup, the rumors, and the signings of a particular club right before the preseason. And as you can see, I've been joined by Hari today.
Hey guys.
And this episode is purely based on Liverpool. And
Yeah.
considering that me and Hari are Liverpool fans, I think who better to talk about this topic than us. So straight off the bat, guys, we would like to talk about the players that have been linked with a move to Liverpool. And obviously, the top name on our list would be Saul Niguez. And as we all know, Liverpool had tabled an offer for £38 million for Saul, but it was rejected by Atletico Madrid because their valuation of the player is somewhere in the estimates of 40 million and above. But recently, there have been reports that Barca, in an attempt to make a book balancing move, have planned to swap Griezmann back to Atletico and get Saul from them instead. And Hari, what do you think essentially this means for Liverpool's race for Saul Niguez? Because nothing as of yet is confirmed between Barca and Atletico either. So there's still a chance for Liverpool to up the bid and steal the show, or steal the player rather.
See, my point is like it's up to Saul at the end of the day. If he chooses Barca and Liverpool, if you compare both clubs, obviously Barca is the greater club in financial point of view because it's Spain. Every player.
Exactly. I mean, I'm glad you brought this up because right now Barca is in all sorts of financial turmoil. They're not being able to register their new players. So maybe, just maybe, that would play a good role in luring Saul away from the Catalan club and into Liverpool's hands. Do you think this would be a good move for Liverpool, considering that we're actually going for a player like Saul, probably in an attempt to replace somebody like Wijnaldum?
So, as you asked me whether he would be a good deal for us, obviously, I mean, this is the perfect Wijnaldum replacement. You know, that high pressing game we play. He takes that role. He can press very well. And on the other hand, the Barca is also in that mix. He's good for Barca also. Tiki-taka, Spain, so understandable.
Right.
But I would personally want him to come to Liverpool only because obviously I'm a fan.
Yeah, obviously.
But I think even his agent also said it's up to him whether he wants to go to Barca or not. It's all his choices. But see, I feel like if he, obviously Barca has more money than us. So there's a not right now. Yeah, not right now, but there's a possibility he might choose Barca.
Here's the thing. I think we can offer him better wages given Barca's current situation, where they're trying to short size their wage budget and not increase it further. But that's a discussion for a whole other day. Moving to our next target, Liverpool were linked with a move for this Portuguese midfielder Renato Sanchez. Who's had a brilliant season at club level as well as in the Euros. Obviously, he didn't make a lot of goal contributions, but again, he's a midfielder. But regardless, he's had a splendid season. He's very rapid. He's really quick on the ball. He's good at creating. Long shots are brilliant. Puts up the high pressure, creativity.
Creativity is on point.
Yeah, I think if you're talking about somebody to replace Gini Wijnaldum, right? I think Renato Sanchez would be more of a natural replacement because he has that making ability just like Gini Wijnaldum does.
Yes, because that's what everyone throughout the Euros they said, like, this guy is the replacement that Liverpool should go for. But see, again, I remember his first transfer. I don't remember. It was kind of a flop.
Yeah, I think right after the World Cup, after the previous Euros, that was in 2016.
Yes, he went to Bundesliga.
He went to Bayern, and there he flopped.
Yeah, he flopped a bit. And if he flopped in German football, I don't know how he will be.
Look at it this way, right? Renato Sanchez didn't really get a lot of playtime at Bayern. That's why he made the move to Swansea City in Premier League, where he actually played decent. But again, when you're playing for a team like Swansea, I don't think there is much you can do. Not that I'm discrediting Swansea or anything, but again, you're playing in a relatively more competitive league, so your performance should also match that level. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case for Renato. I still feel like he had a pretty decent career with Swansea. So, given a chance at Liverpool, I feel like he's a perfect replacement in terms of being able to retain the ball. He can dribble, make spaces, make chances.
It was pretty evident in the game also. Like, you Portugal's performance. It was not that great of a performance they put up, but we can like it was pretty evident the presence of Sanchez in that midfield. The ball was already in the position was very high. He's
Right,
a very good player. He's a very versatile player.
right.
I would love to see him.
Both Saul and Renato Sanchez have better finishing than Wijnaldum any day. I mean, Wijnaldum has
Yeah,
a end product of a epileptic donkey. That's all I'm
it's
gonna say. But
true.
his final product is pretty shit. So, considering any of these guys have better finishing, speaking of finishing, the next player on the list is Yuri Tilemo, and my god, what a fantastic season he's had.
He had
I
a
feel
very
like
brilliant season.
Leicester's recruitment over the last couple of years has been one of the best in the Premier League.
Agreed. I
Considering
actually agree with it.
exactly, I feel like Leicester's recruitment has been second to none.
The players who have gone through that club, Mahrez, Kante, so many, Chilwell,
Yeah,
then
Maguire,
I think Maguire, yeah.
Vardy,
This is all
Maguire. They have
what
Vardy. They have Yuri Tilemo. They have
Vardy.
signed. I mean, Harvey Barnes from the academy. Obviously, he went out on loan and came back a couple of times. But
Yeah.
that's that. Now we're looking at players like Wesley Fofana, who are coming up amongst the
Hmm.
ranks, and obviously there's
I
James Madison, whom they have signed from Norwich, of all
yes.
clubs. So yeah,
I
and
mean that shows like Leicester's thing is good, but let's keep Leicester apart. Our point is like
Yuri Tilemo. Exactly.
PLM.
In the Premier League alone, he has 6 goals and 4 assists. My bad, 4 assists, and
Yeah,
that's brilliant for a midfielder in the Premier League. That's almost like Gino
agreed.
Wijnaldum stats for a season. Apart from that, obviously they won the FA Cup, in which he scored 3 goals and assisted another 2 goals. Which,
They beat the Champions League winners. Mind it.
I
That is
mean,
another big achievement.
exactly, they did, and that brings his total to 15 goal contributions this season alone. And for a midfielder, that's splendid. His
That's
creativity, his
splendid. Yes.
long passes that he plays. Obviously, considering they
Yeah.
have fast players like Mane and Salah on the wing, the long balls that he gives are going to be so crucial to Liverpool. The only issue I think we'll face in signing him probably is going to be the valuation and the money that will need to be spent.
Yeah.
Obviously,
That might trouble us a bit because we already have a little bit of already the depth of the upgrading stuff that's going on in Anfield
right?
and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
So let's see how it goes. I hope he signs for us. It would be wonderful. But since it's Liverpool, he will obviously demand a
yeah. I
higher
mean,
wage.
speaking of Liverpool, I'm pretty upset with the players we've let go so far. Obviously, Donald Marnell was linked with Liverpool. Nothing has
Yeah,
gone through so far, but apparently personal terms have been agreed with Dortmund between Dortmund and Marlin, and that upset me very much. That
yeah,
upset me a lot because we wanted a natural, young, talented player, a
yeah.
clinical
That's
finishing striker. Something that we need to develop. Something that we're not gonna find in players like Origi. So we need to
yeah.
look elsewhere.
Because yeah,
And now,
let,
obviously, there are rumors that Saul is going to be slipping into our
that
hands and
also I
going to
heard. Yeah,
Barca. And obviously, I was looking at in the back of my head, if you don't go for a player like Donald Marlon, who's the very next person you think of? It's probably going to be Myron Boadu, played for AZ
hmm,
Alkmaar. Brilliant youngster. What a fantastic player he's been this season for them at club level. And I mean, obviously, international level, Netherlands didn't perform that well, so we would never know. But regardless, I feel like he's one of those players that if you're ever looking for a young striker, an upcoming striker, he would be one of those names that you would need to get. But now there are reports that Monaco are like so close to signing him.
yeah.
Monaco, like
I,
the deal is almost done, which again upsets me because this is yet again one more potential transfer that we've let through the cracks.
since you're talking about strikers, right? Young strikers.
Or young forwards, yeah,
The talented Senegalese who unfortunately ended our
unbeaten
golden
streak.
trophy. Yeah, but
I
what a
feel like
talent.
City did that anyways to us after.
Yeah, but still, that's another topic we can discuss next time. But 13 goals and 10 assists, if I'm not wrong,
Yeah,
in
in the championship.
championship.
It's a
That too in
brilliant individual
championship.
season. It's a brilliant
Yeah,
individual season.
that too in championship is not easy. That's a
Yeah.
tough league, very tough league.
And yeah, championship is not an easy league to play in. Obviously, there's a mild difference. There's like a huge difference between Premier League and championship. There are players who perform
Yes,
really well in championship but are not unable to emulate the same performance in the Premier League. Obviously,
yes,
but considering that the championship is a more grueling league, we play 38 games in the Premier League. Obviously, there is European glory as well, but not forgetting cup competitions at the championship level and 46 games per season.
and
It's not
producing
easy.
yeah, and producing 13 goals and 10 assists. That's a very brilliant figure produced by
Yeah, I
him.
mean, I'm never going to be able to live down that moment where he scored against us, that piece of commentary. I mean, Fawaz always keeps reminding us about this, but
Yeah,
again, it would be
classic
fantastic
United.
to have such a young player play for Liverpool. Again, unfortunately, I feel like this is one of those positions that we already have, set players in. Like Mane and Salah are not going to be replaced anytime soon. I know Mane has been
Yeah,
having a very shaky season, but I think it's all going to boil down to this particular season. How he performs this season could decide whether or not we choose to buy replacement. Obviously, there's Diego Jota right now. He can play either of those positions. He can play strike, obviously, but that isn't his preferred position. He would prefer to play on the right or the left wing. But I think he can play strike as well. So, considering our issue would be like right now, we would be focusing our
it's
search for a
yeah.
midfielder.
And on top of that, Ismail Assar's another thing is Watford are willing to keep him. They're not willing to sell him, so they will offer a better wage for him. Then
I
I
mean,
don't know whether he will stay.
again, I'm not really sure you can fend yourself off. Obviously, Ismail Assar would love to play Champions League football. That's essentially what we have going
See,
for us. Liverpool should probably focus their search onto like midfielders as well, because considering players like Oxley Chamberlain are struggling to keep fit. Oxley Chamberlain,
yeah,
Naby Keita, and Henderson obviously has had injury problems. Milner is aging. So regardless of it, on paper it seems like Liverpool have a lot of depth, but in reality it's actually pretty dwindling.
yeah,
So I
and
think
even
that brings us to our next player, Hussein Mawar, who plays for
yeah, Hussein, what a player, man! What a
playing for
player! That
Leon
guy,
from midfield position in this season for club alone. He's scored what 7 goals and provided a further 3 assists. So that's like 10 goal
y-
contributions again.
yeah, yeah.
And he's pretty
Don't
young. He's pretty young. He's
yeah,
23, I think.
and I'll tell this to audience like he plays in League One, but don't undermine that league. Even though it's not that difficult compared to Premier League, but still for a at
I mean,
midfielder to
yeah, the perfect
produce,
example would be Ismail Assar.
yeah,
Came out of League One
that's what.
performing well. I mean, at least Watford did end up getting relegated, but Ismail Assar was one of their most standout players.
Yes,
Obviously, Chelsea
exactly.
have signed another League One player in the form of Malang Sar. They've sent him out
Hmm,
on loan, obviously, but again, he's one for the future. So there are
hmm.
bright young talents that are coming up there, and a lot of players, Martial, James Rodriguez. They might not be in the best positions in their career right now, but again, Memphis Depay, players
Yeah,
like that who have thrived in League One. Cavani, Edinson Cavani. Uh,
Cavani also.
yeah, so the examples are endless, but again, Liverpool are going to be facing stiff competition in terms of signing Awar from Manchester United, Tottenham Hotspurs, uh,
Yes,
Arsenal.
I,
All the clubs
I
are
think
interested in signing
yeah,
Jose
I
Mawar,
got
but
it. Yeah,
it's
yeah.
at the end of the day, it's going to boil down to who can get him. Which
I
brings
think
us to our next player, again, an Italian forward this time, whom we've been linked with heavily ever since the Euros began, or rather ended. Domenico
Nicolo.
Berardi.
Oh, sorry, yeah,
Domenico
Berardi. Yeah, my
Berardi.
man.
Uh,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, we'll talk about obviously we'll talk about Nicolo later, but Domenico Berardi as of now. Domenico Berardi
Berardi.
has had a brilliant season in the Serie A. 17 goals and 8 assists for Sassuolo. Not bad
That's
at all.
that's not a. And the big thing about him is he's a wide attacking player. That's another big thing.
Hmm.
It actually suits our game. If it's if we don't like if we are not able to sign anyone, not even like another player apart from Konate, we should focus entirely on I think Domenico Berardi. Just bring him in the club because we've done brilliantly with Jota. He can be a big future upgrade. And with Berardi also, the future is like little bit set. We can relax for a bit.
Yeah, I
For
mean,
two,
considering we don't have a lot of depth in that position, if Salah or Mane get injured, it's eventually going to end up to like Jota or probably
yeah,
Origi. We're going to have to start, and that I feel like is going to be a blow. Obviously, Origi has gotten some crucial goals for Liverpool, but again, I don't see him as a starter. He's more of a off the bench kind of player.
yeah, yeah.
Uh, Regardless, we'll quickly move on to our next player, our final player for this episode. It's probably going to be Nicolo Barella. Uh,
Mm,
Liverpool have been heavily linked with a move for Nicolo Barella. Obviously,
I don't know how much they offered for him. I am not
60
sure.
million. I think
Oh
60
yeah,
million, and then they decide to up it to
yeah.
70, considering Inter have released a statement that they do not want to part ways with Nicolo Barella. The fact that they sold Akraf Hakimi to PSG,
Mm.
that's
It,
what he for
it would
80
have
million.
bought. Yeah, it would have bought some decent amount of money for them.
No, it
So
definitely offset the losses. So now
yes, yes.
they're not an immediate requirement of any funds right now. So I don't think they'll be looking to sell Barella unless the offer is too good to refuse. So something
Mm-hmm.
in the region of 70 million probably might do the trick. But again, will
We,
Liverpool
we'll
really
have
want to
to.
invest on Nicolo Barella a 70 million? the only players we've spent on that much, or relatively higher amount, or roughly in the same region, would be Allison and obviously Van Dijk.
And you know why I think Inter is not willing to let Barella go? His Euro stats being a CDM is 1 goal and 2 assists, which is not at all bad. This is a very, very good stat. I'm not sure about his league stats. I don't know how it
3 goals and
played
9
out.
assists. 3 goals and
That's a
9
big,
assists for.
9 assists for a CDM is a big up.
Yeah,
And
I mean, he's also registered another assist in the Champions League, and
yeah,
registered 3 more assists in the cup competition, the Italian Supercoppa, or I can't
so
remember what it's called, but
I don't mind Liverpool breaking the bank to sign that guy.
as Liverpool fans, I think I speak on behalf of all Liverpool fans. This transfer window has been pretty disappointing, and considering that
Yeah,
Liverpool's transfer policy is always sell to be able to afford players,
because
that's something.
see,
Yeah, we wouldn't be able to sustain this club or sustain the glory that we've achieved for so long. I mean,
and
obviously we've had to do this in the past, where we've sold players like Kevin Stewart, and from that money we bought the likes of Andy Robertson, who worked
mhm,
brilliantly in our favor. We've obviously broken the bank for certain players like Van Dijk and Allison, but
Alisson, yeah,
most of the times Liverpool are always looking to sell players to bring in money rather than infusing funds. And
yeah,
this season as well, most notable exits from the club, or rather players that will be leaving soon
yeah,
or might leave, would be obviously there's Marco Grujic, who's already
yes,
been
yes,
linked with a
bro,
move away to Sassuolo.
yes, Sassuolo, and I think even Ben Davis is leaving for Celtic for 30 mil or something. I heard it. I'm not sure though.
Not
30
30,
mil Celtic.
not 30. Come
No,
on, Ben Davis
I
for
think
30.
yeah, I read
You
it
bought him
somewhere.
for 2 million, my friend.
I don't know. I'm not
Must
sure.
have been three
I'm
million.
not
Must
sure.
have been 3 million.
Maybe.
Probably
But
going to Celta Vigo for 3 million. Apart from that, I think we'll
yeah,
be looking to sell players like Origi, just
yeah.
the dead weight from the club. Origi, the likes of Shaqiri, who's not getting any
Shakir is
game
such
time.
a
He
pain.
had a brilliant season at the Euros, but at club level, unfortunately, he's not been able to perform at the same exact top form that he's been in for Switzerland. However, that also brings into questions like players like Harry Wilson,
Yeah,
whom Liverpool will be looking to offload, and he's not been able to settle into the squad, and
not
obviously,
that very well.
exactly. But yeah, guys, that leaves us with much to ponder as Liverpool fans, personally, purely because of the fact that our squad is aging. Our front three is almost reaching their 30s, and
Yeah,
obviously that brings in a lot of pressure to sign young players. But at the moment, the signings are just missing for Liverpool, and that really, really disappoints me. I'm pretty sure it
I
disappoints you as well, Hari. I'm pretty sure it disappoints every
yeah.
Liverpool fan
It
out there.
disappoints everyone.
So that's it from us for this episode, guys. 41% of you who are watching are not subscribed to our channel. So if you could please hit that
Please,
subscribe button and also hit that bell icon so that you never miss an update from us, the pretentious pundits. And also drop a like on this video. And if there are any Liverpool fans watching out there, please tell us who you think Liverpool should sign, or any of the transfer targets or the transfer rumors that we might have failed to address. Please let us know that down in the comment section below. And also, yeah, guys, please share this video around with your friends. It really helps us expand our reach. Thank you so
yes,
much for
exactly.
watching, guys. Stay safe, stay home. We'll see you in the next one.
Yeah, donate to COVID relief.
Yes,
You
donate to
always
COVID
say.
relief. Yes, donate to COVID relief if you can, guys. See you in the next one.
See ya, guys.